this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bears will take over at their own 20. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And they got across the 50 last time but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
On first down, it's Gurley. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On second down, here's Rosen. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
He's going to air one out. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Partner, was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56. Over.
He'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
After the interception, here's Rosen. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session. But, Coach, I was throwing it to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pick up there of 20 yards. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
They run. It's Gurley. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. On the toss, it's Gurley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And they'll throw it with Rosen. Flush to his right. And this will be incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Rosen. This is caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. As his guys are in for 6. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Butker now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now they try the right side here. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. The linebacker Ryan Shazier there to make the tackle.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some
through an opening, and there he goes. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 63 yards on the ground. He was over 100 yards a week ago, and he's well on his way once again.
Say it with me, partner. Encore, encore. This guy's headed towards getting it done one more time.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And they'll go on the ground. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. Gostkowski with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Now Jones. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. Back here with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We've had the kickoff to begin the first quarter. Now it's time for the second quarter kickoff. And they've got it here with a first down. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. On the handoff, it's Gurley. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving. And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
On second down, Kamara. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets them a new set of downs. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff for Gurley. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rosen. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there, and if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. He's at the 50. The 30. Past the 20. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in.
And their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time, we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. To throw is Rosen. Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down.
Gun! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Gun! Detroit!
Rosen will throw. Going up top. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a big play on 3rd down for the Seahawks. 42 yards.
I know they had good coverage downfield, but you have to wonder, on 3rd and long like that, how does that happen that they can get that far downfield and complete a pass? You got to guard the sticks, understand where you are, and so it's almost like someone fell asleep in the switch, and now that the play's been completed, they've got to dust themselves off on defense, pick it up, and figure out how to not let that happen again.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. A give. This is Kamara. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
The Seahawks on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. Back to the ground, this time with Gurley. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Gurley again here on first down. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Lucky 56.
Here's Gurley. On the tackle, it was Dane Cruikshank. Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Todd Gurley, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point splits the uprights. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Onto the field now come the Bears. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game. Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. Now a handoff looking right. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Now they try the right side here. Looking for a crease. Can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Watch it now, Barney.
They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front. Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now Rosen on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I believe a Seahawk was able to get a handle on this, so this will remain Seattle ball. On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him,
Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Here's Rosen to throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And he fields it cleanly. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
They'll throw now on the final play. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
They start the second half with Kamara. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st down, it's Rosen. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's Rosen. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A very solid gain of 27. This quarterback now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. A 10th carry for Kamara. And an alley to run. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 10 more there and another 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Now it's Rosen. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. On 2nd down, Rosen.
That's a tough.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. In for the score. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Butker now to add the extra point. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. Butker now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the 2nd half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They're going to try it, and they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Down to the 25. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. And now it's Rosen looking. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Bud Dupree in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And able to find Conley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. They go play action here on 1st down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They're going to look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Ryan. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Back to throw here. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Gone! All right, here we go.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Detroit! Set! Blue 90!
Throwing on 3rd and long. Moreno over the middle, complete. That's Ryan. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. First chance for the backup here to throw. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Khalil Mack Able to drop him for a loss of 4. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And his first throw here is incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Here comes a 20th carry for Gurley. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They run. It's Kamara. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. And they'll throw it with Rosen. Caught left side. It's Beckham. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Detroit!
On 3rd down, Rosen. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on 4th down? Now Rosen looking to throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Gurley. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, here's Rosen. His throw incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. This is caught. It's Cooks. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. In on the stop, the safety, Troy Apke. From the gun, it's Rosen. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Rosen will throw. And it's caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Brandon Cooks, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead. Important extra point up and through, and they will take a 7-point lead. Butker now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And this will be caught at the 30. A huge play there for Chicago. 51 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling. Back to throw. Steps away. That's going to be caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Chris Conley, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
Watch it now, Barney.
They're going to try and run for it. And he is in for the 2. I still can't believe they went for it, but they've got themselves a lead here late in the ball game. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Seahawks. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Well, that's a good first step, but several steps still to go.
They still have time for the possible game-winning field goal. Time for them to be quick and hurry at the same time.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. He got 29 yards that time.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
And a short gain down to about the 33. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Hurry up, here we go. 3:19.
Back to throw. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. Oh, no, he lost the football. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
Now they try the right side here. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. On 3rd down, it's Hayes, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Here's Drew Kaiser now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. A gain of 32 that time. And remember here, no timeouts.
And this may be a case of too little, too late, unless they throw one towards the end zone and get a Hail Mary.
And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Bears, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll have another road date next week with the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons come to town. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.